Have you ever been stuck in one of those, sprawling, dusty lines outside a huge music festival? And you just watch someone glide past, flash a wristband, and then disappear into this, cool, air-conditioned haven?
The velvet rope?
Exactly. That VIP pass is just this universal, irresistible lure of exclusivity. And you, our listener, sent us some fascinating sources on what that access actually costs and, well, what it really delivers.
Right, and today we're doing a deep dive into the very nature of status itself. We're going to start with that highly visible, very expensive kind of status, the VIP lounge, but then we're going to pivot to its complete opposite. The figure of the almighty janitor. This is the person whose low official status masks the most essential, functional, and often completely unnoticed power within any system.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Our mission is to analyze how these two opposing status systems, purchase luxury versus this unearned essential power play out across modern life.
We'll be looking at music festivals, political hierarchies, and then the hypercharged world of digital celebrity culture.
All to uncover why the people who seem to be, beneath notice so often hold the most crucial insight or functional power, and why we're so eager to just ignore them. So let's start with the cold, hard numbers, the calculus of comfort.
The price of festival exclusivity.
The sources show these massive jumps in cost. Take Sasquatch in George Washington. General admission might set you back about $295.
Okay, pretty standard.
But for their base level VIP super ticket, you're leaping to $999 per person.
Wow. That's nearly quadrupling the price. And it's interesting when you look at what you get for that.
Right. What's the return?
Well, you get complimentary food and beer, access to the Cliff House, which is an air-conditioned lounge overlooking the Columbia River. And I will say the AC is a real functional benefit, a true luxury in that summer heat.
And then at Ultra Miami, the gap is even bigger. General admission early bird is around $300.
And VIP?
It starts at a minimum of $1,250. And you have to be 21 or older just to even qualify.
And there, the perks seem really focused on utility. You get fast lane entry, AC-controlled bathrooms, almost no wait time for water or food.
Which brings us to the big question. Is it actually worth it? What's the real return on that investment?
And the sources repeatedly suggest that for a lot of these festivals, like Bonnaroo or Governor's Ball, the standard VIP is often seen as, and this is a quote, not really that neat.
Not that neat, I love that.
Critics point out that you'd have to, constantly be pounding free food and drinks just to break even on the cash value.
Exactly, so I'm paying $1,000 not just for a clean toilet, but for the feeling of having a clean toilet.
Right. But the core functional goal, what you're really there for,
getting a great view of the headliner.
That's often still a fight. You still have to, quote, brave your way with the rest of the crowds. So what is that extra $700 really buying?
Psychological assurance, I guess. Insulation from inconvenience.
Exactly. Standard VIP is often just an expensive line reduction tool. It provides exclusion from discomfort, but not necessarily inclusion in the ultimate experience.
Because the real functional benefit, the special viewing at a stage, the truly top-notch stuff, that's always reserved for the next tier up.
The platinum passes, or the super exclusive tiers like Coachella's Safari Camp, which costs thousands, or that final tier which has, and I love this, no listed price.
That's fascinating. So the true functional difference, seeing the performance clearly, is deliberately placed just out of reach. It maintains the hierarchy.
It's an illusion of functional status. And that illusion is the perfect segue because it forces us to confront what the whole VIP system deliberately ignores.
The essential staff. And here's where it gets, I think, really interesting. We're moving from that purchased, visible status to the unearned, essential power held by those figures at the very bottom of the chart.
The almighty janitor.
Which sounds like a comic relief trope, but it reflects a functional truth about how things actually run.
Totally. The almighty janitor is a character you ignore because their rank is low. But their competence, or sometimes even their cosmic authority, is absolute.
Like in the video game Control.
Exactly. Audie, the Finnish janitor of the Federal Bureau of Control. He seems to have unlimited access and might even be an avatar of the building itself.
And the joke is simple, right? The janitor always has the keys.
The power is derived from the mundane. In Dilbert, the garbage man is the world's smartest man. The janitor himself makes more than the salaried engineers.
Ow.
He strategically abuses the overtime rules, which he spends, hiding out with a magazine. He controls the schedule, and therefore he controls the budget.
And that's a direct parallel to how power works in real hierarchies. It doesn't always reside in the title.
No, it resides in control over the infrastructure and logistics.
Let's talk about politics. The sources bring up Joseph Stalin's rise. When he was made general secretary, the other senior members of the Politburo saw it as a menial job.
A bureaucratic chore. They were all focused on the high-status positions, like being premier.
But Stalin understood function.
He did. The general secretary controlled the entire party bureaucracy. That meant he decided who was appointed to key positions all across the Soviet Union. Not just ministers, but regional leaders, media editors, factory bosses.
So by controlling those low-status, high-function appointments, he built this silent, loyal network that made him, well, functionally untouchable no matter what his official title was.
We see a similar strategy with Deng Xiaoping in China. He ruled the country for over a decade without ever holding the top titles of president or general secretary.
His real authority came from his functional control as chairman of the Central Military Commission. It was relational and logistical, not, titular.
That mechanism is crystal clear in the military. It's a common piece of wisdom. Officers command strategy, but it's the non-commissioned officers, the NCOs, who run the military.
They're the ones handling the training, the logistics, the maintenance, the direct discipline.
They have all the institutional knowledge, the functional competence. If the NCOs stop doing their low-status jobs, the whole strategic direction of the officer corps just grinds to a halt.
But doesn't that hidden power come with a certain fragility? I mean, an NCO or a janitor can be fired. A CEO has a golden parachute.
That is the critical tension. The power is functional, it's not vested. But sometimes that low status is actually chosen because it allows for invisibility.
You mean it's a smokescreen?
Exactly. The material brings up a pretty cynical, practical explanation for this. You have highly intelligent people who might take a low-status job like a janitor just to satisfy the tax authorities with a minimal reported income.
While they're simultaneously running much more lucrative side businesses in the black economy.
Entirely beneath notice, the janitor uniform is the perfect example.
So whether it's through bureaucracy, competence, or intentional camouflage, the common thread is that status and the functional power that actually drives the world, they're just not the same thing.
And that transition from invisible functional power to this hyper-visible, often fragile status brings us right to the modern landscape. Status anxiety in the digital age.
If a VIP pass is purchased exclusivity, then social media status is what? Mass manufactured exclusivity, built on appearance and attention.
Professor Aaron Myers points out that while celebrity influence has always existed, social media has just intensified it, especially for young people.
We see it in shows like Love Island USA and on platforms like TikTok and Instagram. They create this pervasive mirror where your worth is constantly measured by curated, visible traits.
And the sources really outline the profound psychological cost of that. Given that 95% of teens use at least one social media platform, influencer culture is documented to negatively affect body image.
Which leads to this phenomenon known as Snapchat dysmorphia.
Right, where people are actively seeking cosmetic procedures to make their real faces match their filtered selfies.
That's a powerful feedback loop. You're not trying to look like a celebrity anymore. You're trying to look like an algorithmically optimized version of yourself.
And studies confirm it. Just viewing your own selfies is linked to increased body dissatisfaction and consideration of surgery in teenage girls.
And what's driving this obsession?
Well, research points to a few key psychological predictors of celebrity worship. Problematic internet use, maladaptive daydreaming, and a very distinct, powerful desire for fame itself. Status is just measured by attention.
And when that desire for status and engagement mixes with the impulsivity of youth, you get a really disturbing outcome.
Teens seeking status through profound physical risk.
The sources highlight several of these potentially deadly TikTok trends.
There's the blackout challenge, where kids intentionally deprive their brains of oxygen. It's been linked to several deaths in children 12 and younger. 5 minutes without oxygen can cause irreversible brain damage or death.
The risk is just extreme. But the payoff, the viral view, the momentary status is immediate.
Then you have the one chip challenge, which involves eating a chip coated in the Carolina Reaper pepper.
And this isn't just discomfort. This is serious medical risk. There are reports of forceful trauma to the neck, spinal cord injuries, even paralysis. It's led to assault charges for participants who pressure others into it.
These behaviors are the hyper-visible consequence of chasing manufactured status in a system that rewards risk and immediate, jarring engagement.
And even though TikTok has taken steps, like using AI to moderate dangerous searches, the pressure to gain fame and attention is still there.
The functional truth that these actions are dangerous is completely ignored in favor of the status gain. Which brings us to our final synthesis. We need to connect the VIP lounge, the almighty janitor, and the digital celebrity chase through this lens of functional wisdom.
Because in all three areas, the obsession with status is a distraction from what's actually functional and what's essential.
We see this absurdity perfectly captured in that satirical comedy skit the sources reference.
Right, with the teenagers at the festival.
Exactly. They're desperately trying to elevate their own status by letting celebrities urinate on the festival grounds, and they're trying to frame it as high art.
They're literally trying to brand waste as value, just by associating it with status.
And it's the janitor in the skit who provides the functional corrective. He just cuts through all the pretension.
He mocks them.
Right, he does. He points out that the essential functional truth is that the Burger King burgers are what make the concert palatable, as in edible and comfortable. Not that their attempt to treat urine as a masterpiece is palatable. He just shifts the focus from manufactured status to essential comfort.
The functional wisdom there is so simple. No amount of celebrity branding, no level of VIP access turns waste into value if the underlying function is flawed.
Status obsession blinds you to the essential truth.
And we even see companies using that irony to their advantage. Burger King's Not Made by Gordon campaign with Gordon Ramsay.
That was a huge marketing success. By ironically stating that their product wasn't created by the famously high-status chef, they turned the lack of celebrity involvement into the selling point. They focused on the functional quality of the product itself.